December 24, 2025. The world awakens to a headline that few believed would resurface. President Donald Trump is once again pushing to bring Greenland under American control, but this time, the tone is different, marked by a sense of urgency and a sharpened focus that has captured the attention of governments and citizens worldwide. President Trump, never one to shy away from controversy, has reignited his campaign for Greenland with a vigor that surpasses his previous attempts. His administration is making it clear this is not just a passing idea but a central pillar of his foreign policy agenda. In a dramatic March address to Congress, Trump declared, "We have to have Greenland, it's not optional." The chamber fell silent as lawmakers absorbed the gravity of his words, realizing this was no longer political theater, but a real and immediate objective. Unlike his 2019 musings, which many dismissed as a real estate fantasy, Trump now frames Greenland as a matter of urgent national security. The stakes, he insists, have never been higher. The administration points to a rapid Russian military buildup in the Arctic, with new bases, advanced weaponry, and increased patrols across the frozen expanse. At the same time, Chinese ventures, ranging from scientific research to resource extraction, are expanding in the region. U.S. officials argue that Denmark, despite its close ties to Greenland, simply cannot counter these growing threats alone. The rhetoric has shifted dramatically. What was once a negotiation is now a demand, with the U.S. pressuring Denmark and Greenland to accept American terms. Trump's team has dangled the prospect of U.S. statehood before Greenlanders, promising economic investment, security guarantees, and a say in their own future. For many in Greenland, the offer is both tempting and deeply divisive. The world's largest island, an autonomous Danish territory, has suddenly become the epicenter of a global power struggle. Its vast resources and strategic location make it a prize that world powers are now openly contesting. The proposal has been met with disbelief and outrage across Europe and beyond, sparking protests, emergency meetings, and urgent questions about sovereignty, self-determination, and the rules of the international order. Headlines worldwide reflect the audacity and the immediate, fierce rejection of Trump's gambit. Editorials debate the implications, while analysts warn of unpredictable consequences. As Washington, Copenhagen, and Nuuk brace for confrontation, diplomatic channels are flooded with urgent messages. The stage is set for a new kind of Arctic showdown, one that could reshape alliances and redraw boundaries. The world is watching, holding its breath, to see how this high-stakes drama in the far north will ultimately unfold. America's renewed interest in Greenland is about far more than ice and snow. This vast, icy island has become a focal point in a new era of global competition, where geography, resources, and security all collide. Greenland's geography makes it a strategic bridge between North America and Europe, and a gateway to the Arctic. Its position allows whoever controls it to project power across the Atlantic and into the rapidly changing Arctic region. The U.S. military's Patuxent Space Base is critical for missile defense and space surveillance. It's a linchpin in America's early warning system, tracking potential threats from across the Northern Hemisphere. Washington fears Russian military expansion and China's growing Arctic presence. Both nations are investing heavily in the region, seeking new shipping routes, military footholds, and access to untapped resources. The Trump administration sees Greenland as a vulnerability if not under direct U.S. control. The fear is that rivals could exploit Greenland's location or resources, undermining American security and influence. Melting ice is revealing vast reserves of oil, gas, and rare earth minerals, resources vital for technology and defense. As the climate warms, Greenland's mineral wealth is becoming more accessible, drawing the attention of global powers. Controlling these would break China's grip on rare earths and secure American supply chains. Rare earths are essential for everything from smartphones to fighter jets, making them a top priority for U.S. industry and national security. For Trump, Greenland is the ultimate America First prize, strategic, resource-rich, and a bulwark against rivals. The idea of buying Greenland may sound outlandish, but it reflects deep strategic calculations. Even Danish officials acknowledge U.S. security interests, but the White House wants more than cooperation. It wants control. The U.S. argues that only direct oversight can guarantee Greenland's security and development align with American interests. Only by bringing Greenland fully into the American fold, the argument goes, can its potential be secured for the U.S. and denied to competitors. This vision is about shaping the future of the Arctic and America's place in it. The stakes are as high as the Arctic is cold. In the race for influence, resources and security, Greenland is suddenly at the center of the world's attention. In March 2025, as tensions peaked, the White House sent a high-profile delegation to Greenland, led by Vice President J.D. Vance. The visit focused on the U.S. military presence, signaling impatience with the status quo. Greenland's leaders saw the trip as aggressive, not diplomatic, a show of force, not friendship. Vice President Vance publicly criticized Denmark's underinvestment in Greenland's security, escalating the rhetoric. The visit, coinciding with a snap Greenlandic election, was viewed as an attempt to sway local politics. A leaked scandal involving U.S. officials discussing unrelated military action only heightened alarm in Copenhagen and Nuuk. The message was clear: America's Arctic ambitions would not be quietly negotiated. Denmark and Greenland responded to Trump's push with swift, unified rejection. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen condemned the U.S. pressure as a breach of trust between allies. Denmark insists Greenland's fate is not up for negotiation. Greenlandic leaders, including outgoing PM Mute Egede and new PM Jens Frederik Nielsen, called the U.S. offer an insult to their identity and autonomy. The idea of statehood was dismissed as a thinly veiled takeover. For Greenlanders, this is about self-determination, not geopolitics. The message from Nuuk: Greenland's future will be decided by Greenlanders, not foreign powers. The rejection is total and personal. By August 2025, the dispute turned darker, with Denmark accusing the U.S. of covert interference in Greenland. Reports surfaced of Americans linked to Trump running influence operations to sway Greenlandic opinion toward the U.S. Danish officials were outraged, calling it a violation of sovereignty and democratic norms. Earlier, U.S. intelligence was caught monitoring Greenland's independence movement, fueling suspicion. These actions painted the U.S. as an adversary, not an ally, and severely damaged trust. Denmark was forced to publicly confront its most powerful partner. The Greenland saga had entered the shadowy world of espionage. Recent U.S. pressure has reignited Greenland's long-standing debate over full independence from Denmark, bringing new urgency to questions of national identity and self-rule. The issue is now at the forefront of public discussion, with many Greenlanders reflecting on what true independence would mean for their future. Since the 2009 Self-Government Act, Nuuk has gained control over most domestic affairs, including education, health, and natural resources. However, Denmark still retains authority over defense, foreign policy, and monetary issues, leaving Greenland partially dependent on its former colonial ruler. Achieving full independence hinges on economic self-sufficiency, a major challenge, given that Denmark provides an annual block grant that makes up a significant portion of Greenland's budget. Many worry that without this financial support, Greenland's economy could struggle to sustain itself. The March 2025 election has effectively become a referendum on Greenland's future. Should the island remain tied to Denmark or risk greater U.S. influence by seeking full independence? Political parties are sharply divided, and the stakes have never felt higher. Most Greenlanders express a strong desire for independence, valuing their unique culture and language. However, polls show overwhelming opposition to the idea of joining the U.S. or becoming an American territory, reflecting deep concerns about outside influence. Only a tiny minority support the idea of American statehood. For the vast majority, independence means achieving true sovereignty and self-determination, not simply trading one foreign power for another. The U.S. offer is widely seen as a threat to Greenland's unique identity, language, and traditions, which many fear could be lost under foreign rule. Greenlanders want to chart their own course, building a future that reflects their values and aspirations, not simply swapping one distant capital for another. In the end, the American push has only strengthened Greenland's resolve for real self-determination, uniting people across the island in their pursuit of a truly independent future. America's desire for Greenland is nothing new. In 1867, the U.S. considered buying Greenland alongside Alaska, but the idea fizzled. During One, the U.S. established bases to keep Greenland from Nazi hands, cementing its strategic value. In 1946, President Truman secretly offered Denmark $100 million in gold for Greenland, an offer firmly refused. The 1951 treaty secured a permanent U.S. military presence. Throughout the Cold War, Greenland was a frontline outpost against the Soviet Union. Trump's 2003 Mail. 25 pushes are the latest in a long line of American ambitions, but this time, the strategy is more aggressive and public. The quest for Greenland is a recurring theme in U.S. grand strategy. The Greenland standoff is a warning. The Arctic is now a frontline in global power politics. U.S.-Danish relations are deeply strained, and further American pressure could fracture NATO unity. For Greenland, the future is uncertain, caught between superpower ambitions and its own dreams of independence. Every decision in Nuuk is now weighed against the risk of outside domination. The dispute could set a precedent, emboldening other powers to challenge international norms. The world is watching. Will sovereignty and law hold, or will might make right in the melting Arctic? Greenland's fate is about more than an island. It's a test for the future of the Arctic and global stability. As the ice melts, so do the old certainties of the North.